Sickos Club.
Sickos Club.
Hey, come here. You like pro wrestling? We got a little something for you. Two fans, 3,000 miles away. We each been watching for more than 30 years. Celebrating the art form, the action, the homoeroticism. We ain't rating matches. We ain't analyzing stories. We ain't experts. We just sit down, shut up, and mark out!
What's up, everybody? This is Blade Daily coming at you with yet another edition of Sit Down, Shut Up, Mark Out, a pro wrestling podcast. It's about pro wrestling. And this week, I have the pleasure of being rejoined by my homie from the NC. That would be BooksandBodySlams, a.k.a. Kristi. Kristi, how the hell you doing?
I'm amazing. How are you?
You are amazing. I'm glad you're here.
I am amazing.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm here too. I miss my wifey, but I'm glad I'm here.
I miss your wifey as well. Anyway, she's not here this week, but you are holding the fort down with me,
yes.
And we got so much to talk about.
Oh, yes, we do.
A lot to talk about. A lot of AEW, a little bit of some things that are less positive, but the first thing we should talk about is what you've been up to on social media. You are on TikTok. You're on Insta. You're on Blue Sky. You're on Threads as Books and Body Slams.
Yes.
You are what I like to, in a very friendly way, call a master shit stirrer. You stir the pot. You say what you mean, and you mean what you say. And you are not afraid to get into it with some trolls if you need to.
No, I love it.
But I watch you thrive on it, and the little troll inside of me thrives through you.
Oh, I'm glad.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's nice sometimes being able to use that mean girl power.
Yeah.
For good.
For good. For the power of good.
Yes.
And we're about to get started on that pretty much right away because, Kristi, this week, look, I don't watch any NXT, okay? Like, I never, ever watch it. I saw quite a reaction being had to a promo given by Blake Monroe, who looks suspiciously like the now deceased Mariah May.
They even sound alike.
They even sound alike, except the content of what they say. There's been a big drop off, shall we say?
Yes.
I'm kidding, of course. Obviously, Mariah May is not dead. She is just now Blake Monroe for some reason. Terrible name. We've talked about that before in the past. But she came out, and I saw some people having really strongly negative reactions to this. She came out. She's apparently feuding with Jordynne Grace, who is using her name, just Jordynne Grace. I don't know why Mariah May had to become Blake Monroe. Anyway.
For her niece.
Yeah, whatever. Kiss my ass. So I watched her terrible entrance, which is just Barbie bullshit, whatever the fuck they're doing with some generic ass fucking terrible crap dance music. Like, what the fuck? And she comes out and basically cuts a promo. Apparently, she has betrayed Jordynne Grace, and she makes the point that we cannot have a champion that looks like this, and then puts old pictures of Jordynne Grace, who started as a power lifter, okay? She had a thicker body, all right? Jordynne Grace, who has expressed very clearly suffering from body dysmorphia, from experiencing feelings of depression and being very sad over people on Twitter who have shamed her for her body. And Blake Monroe then doubles down and proceeds to do the exact same thing. She says, that's not championship material. That's gym membership material. And then proceeds to just cut Jordynne down for looking like she used to look, which she doesn't even look like that anymore, number one. And number two, What the fuck? Like, that's really, 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 really not great. I'm asking myself watching this, why would you do this to somebody under contract with your company who has openly expressed their body dysmorphic thinking, okay, that they have been honest about was prompted by people who have trolled her about it. Okay, why would you even do that? And then what's the point? Is it to illustrate that Mariah or Blake or whatever is a bitch? Or that she's mean? Because she did that in AEW and she never resorted to anything as dumb as this. She even openly implied that she was hotter than other people's wives or girlfriends or whatever. She implied that, you know, other women on the roster weren't as hot as she was. And she never resorted to this. Kristi, please, I'm a man.
It was cheap. It was lazy. They don't know how to. AEW has a special way of kind of, I feel like, broaching that line, but making it eloquent. In a way that's not like, oh, they're shaming that person. This was straight up body shaming. Body shaming is not heel behavior. I don't care what anyone says. She's a heel. Body shaming is not okay. It happens. And my biggest gripe is because it happens all the time within wrestling shows. It is why when people return back from injury or whatever, they get shit about their bodies all the time. Look at what people have done to Deonna Purrazzo. Mm-hmm. Look at what people did from Britt Baker when she returned from almost dying.
Right. Right. And looking cut as fuck and like looking amazing.
Like, she needs a cheeseburger? Like, that's gross. She almost died. She's literally telling you she almost died.
And and you're right. It cuts both ways, right? Where it's like you're either too big or you're too small.
I was brought up that you shouldn't comment on a woman's weight. Yet somehow the whole wrestling world has decided that is heel behavior.
Yeah, well, and so today, you know, I knew we were going to be talking about this, so I tried to find a transcript of the promo so I could quote it accurately, and I couldn't find a transcript, so I had to watch this fucking shit again. Okay, like, and my God, the crowd is not even responding to a lot of it, you know, and when she delivers, that's gym membership material, there's one guy who's like, oh, like in the crowd, like, it did not get a great reaction.
No.
So as a woman, I think every woman has experienced some level of body shaming, and I'm a man who like has issues with my own body, right? But like, no matter how bad or whatever judgment I may have experienced, it's just leagues different than being a woman.
Oh yeah.
And I wanted you to talk about like, if you feel comfortable sharing your own experience with body shaming.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm in my 30s, so I grew up at the time where celebrities would be on the front of tabloids, like Jessica Simpson being called fat because she was a size 6, or Jennifer Lawrence being labeled fat for having normal, healthy bodies.
Yeah.
And that, no matter what anyone says, oh, grow up, blah, 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 that affects you. Mm-hmm. When you see someone being called fat because they're not a size 0, that is a special body type that is 5'7" and taller. That's a size 0. That is not everyone. So that really took a mental toll on me, to the point where at my lowest weight, I was working out for 4 hours a day, eating 1,200 calories. You know, what a toddler's supposed to eat 1,200 calories a day.
Right.
Plus 4 hours at the gym.
That's insane.
And then still being told that I'm overweight by my doctor. But I wasn't. My face was gaunt. I had eating disorder tendencies. So maybe I'm a little passionate about this, but I know what that did to me mentally. I know what it took for me to get out of that. Mm-hmm. And the fact that I still deal with that stuff to this day. Mm-hmm. Where it's like, should I eat that? Should I have that ice cream for dinner? A moment on the lips, forever on the hips. Like, these are words most women grew up listening to. And then to have someone who I looked like Mariah May is much younger than me, but I loved her work. I loved how she was could be so eloquent in her delivery of mean like jabs.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of felt like, okay, she's in very good shape. Like, yes, let me look up. Like, that's a great person to like think about at the gym. Like, I want Mariah May's body. Like, she seems like a beacon of positivity despite being a heel. So to do that, it just, I don't know. I'm so sick of people dismissing it because it's heel behavior when kids are watching. There are young girls that watch WWE, that watch NXT because that's where some of their favorite wrestlers are. And what are they going to do when they see a picture of Jordynne Grace, who was just thick, who was thicker, being told she not championship material, that she's extra large? It was gross. It was cheap. It was disgusting. I say this all the time. I had an issue when Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax did it.
It was terrible. Yeah.
I just thought those are just, I think they're cheap hits.
You can cut a good promo without just delving to the lowest common denominator.
No.
And wrestling has evolved. Society and culture has evolved. And we understand much better as a society now than we used to, that different body types are everywhere. And that's not a bad thing. And if people think that this stuff is, well, that's just wrestling, or that's just this, or that's just that, it's not.
It's not.
You're not making some broader point. You're not helping anyone. If the point is for Jordynne to come back and beat Mariah, that doesn't solve the problem. Okay. There's a lot of people out there that you're emboldening. And when I found this Reddit post with the video that I was looking for, I went into the comments. I saw people going, yo, I won't let anybody say anything anymore. Like you can't even do this. You can't even do that. This is just heel shit. This is just, no, it's not.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. And if you are going to say that WWE is somehow family entertainment,
be family entertainment. Body shaming is not family entertainment.
It's definitely not. And and I thought you really illuminated something well when you said that when they called Jessica Simpson fat. That gets into your head. It's like calling every woman fat, right? If you don't,
that looks like her.
That looks like Jessica Simpson or bigger, right?
Yeah. I was wearing a size 2. I am 5'7". I am not petite.
Right.
So if I was in a size 2 and 4, it was not sustainable.
Right. Right.
Because I was told a size 6 was fat.
Right. And
God forbid you were a size 8 at the time.
Oh my God. Right. And it's ridiculous. That's the whole point. It's just ugly and it's gross. And there's no reason for it. When Cody Rhodes a few years ago said, well, I have no problem with body shaming wrestlers. You should. It's like, dude, are you even thinking right now?
No, he wasn't.
It's just, are you drunk? Yeah, probably. Cody seems to say a lot of stuff when he's drunk.
Yeah, let me body shame that tattoo off his neck. He'll regret that quickly.
Hasn't worked yet.
I haven't got to him in person yet. One other thing I want to say. WWE has a history of wrestlers leaving and saying they themselves were body shamed. Cora Jade, for example.
She just said
literally came up and said she had constant comments on her body within WWE. So it is not just a heel thing. WWE is very guilty of doing this to the wrestlers. Yeah.
Yeah. And there's a long history of men experiencing that as well with, when Vince McMahon used to do commentary, all of a sudden, if somebody came back looking smaller than they had been when they left for an injury, for whatever reason, even if they couldn't work out all the time, he'd start making little jabs at him on commentary.
I feel like we've seen that recently too with male wrestlers that are Adam Cole.
Right.
Adam Cole's a great example of a male wrestler who got shit for the way he looked.
The whole point of all of this is just to say, guys, these aren't just people in a little tube that you're watching. They're not people on a screen. They are human beings. It's not entertaining to use people's real life stuff against them in the context of wrestling, especially when they've been so open about the damage it's done to them. That's not heel shit. That's just mean-spirited garbage. And, you know, whether I'm a WWE fan or an AEW fan, it doesn't matter who says it. It's just wrong. We should be bigger than this.
And if you like it, come to me and I'll make you regret it.
Yes. And yes, books will definitely change your perspective one way or another. So, Books, I'm not sure if you followed the Gerald saga that's been going on Sit Down, Shut Up recently, but the little guy who used to play the music on the show ran away quite some time ago. And apparently it's just because I was supposed to be like giving him water and feeding him and stuff. And
were you trying to give him onions?
No, I didn't give him any onions. I don't believe in onions. Like not in my presence. Okay. But
well, maybe that's what Gerald wanted.
Well, maybe it's good that he's gone. Anyway, I'm running the music now, and I've been doing one hell of a job, if I do say so myself. So we're gonna hit some music. When we come back, we got some AEW to run down, and it was a pretty wild week in the world of AEW. So, me, take it away. All right, we're back, and Books, there's a lot going on in AEW right now. You know, I think there was a bit of a cooling off period that happened after All In, All In, and I think people should have expected that, probably.
Yeah, it's needed. Everyone has filler episodes.
Yeah, and you've just like climaxed with your biggest stories of the year all in one night, you know, and I think it's very natural for it to take a minute or two to start building things up. But it felt like we had some movement this week. I will say I didn't think Dynamite this week was quite as sharp as it usually is, especially in the first hour. It just kind of felt like a lot. It was very promo heavy. We had Christian Cage kind of not landing the way he normally does. That
hurt. It gave me the ick, and I never thought I'd say that about Christian Cage.
Well, there's the lineup from Shayna, you know, about her being whatever. And just it going on long and him feeling kind of lost in his promo, not feeling comfortable trying to stick the landing between being like, I'm a dick, but I'm also like going to turn babyface soon. So like, you know, he disowned his family in short, but it wasn't short. It was kind of long.
It was very long.
So it was a low light of the show. You don't often say that about a Christian Cage promo, but I will this week. MJF had given a promo just before that kind of felt a little meandery. And we'll talk more about that later. But aside from that, there was some highlights, and we have some of those to discuss. We're not going to be talking about Dynamite and Collision as separate things. We're going to try and group things together as they make sense to discuss. One of the really standout things from this week is this tag team tournament that's been going on.
Yes.
It's been quietly kind of a brilliant tag team tournament. It started last week. It's been exceptional. Every match has been extremely good.
I think, and especially after everyone's been saying the tag team division is dead, but it's clear they were just gearing up for this.
Yes.
And I don't think there's been a miss yet for that.
I think it's been a great showcase. You know, some of the teams that haven't moved forward, like Jet Speed, and then this week, the Outrunners. I think
they lost to Jobbers.
They lost to no-name Jobbers. That's
like, wow.
Yikes. I mean, I thought the Outrunners were supposed to sell merch and stuff. Can't have them losing to these no-name Jobbers that look just like the Young Bucks. Did they look a lot like the Young Bucks?
They kind of, but not really. Like,
that's a good point. That's a good point. I mean, kind of, but like Nick looks less bald, like balding.
Nick looked less bald.
He looks less bald than he used to. So, first things first, the Young Bucks.
This is great.
This is fucking awesome. I'm loving every second of this. The Young Bucks getting trolled like motherfuckers by everybody in the company is so good.
As they are trolls themselves, which is probably why I love them so much.
Yes.
So you just know they're having fun with this.
Oh my God. No, I knew that they would do this so well. I was like, there's no fucking way they're going to win at All In. A lot of people were worried about it, and I knew.
I was one of them.
Yeah, of course. And they were going to make you didn't want to see Swerve and Ospreay lose the chance to challenge Hangman because, like.
Actually, I did because I wanted to Swerve Ospreay feud that was going to last an entire year till Ospreay beat Hangman at All In London. But.
There you go. And he could still beat Hangman next year at All In though. And that's the thing is like, but the Bucks ramped up the dickishness.
Yeah.
The weeks before that match in such a way that they had to lose. You know,
they got too cocky.
They were the limo, the going and visiting their old neighborhood and like just feeling really white and uncomfortable in their old neighborhood, acting like rich assholes. And then doing the Founding Fathers coming out on the fucking ship.
That was so good.
That was so great. It's one of my all-time favorite entrances ever. And that shit that they had Justin Roberts reading, it sounded like idiots trying to sound smart. And like, I mean, it's just so good. The Bucks are so good at that stuff.
They're so good. They're like, I hate when people say the Bucks aren't good. Because I've had a few people on TikTok tell me, oh, the Bucks lost their groove. I'm like, you're not paying attention because
no,
the Bucks have not missed I'm not going to say they haven't missed a step because there were steps within the EVP gimmick that I felt were missed. But
yeah, sure.
Overall, the last like 3 months have just been.
Since they returned.
Yes.
It's been all hits, no misses. Like they have been as good as they have ever been. I was starting to become one of those people who noticed they weren't wrestling as much before they left last year. That whole angle with Tony got dropped way too
quick.
It was quick, and it was just like, what the hell's going on here? You know, like you had this implication that they were scared of the Death Riders and that the Death Riders had some kind of dirt on them, and then they just disappeared. And then they come back and they're aligned with the Death Riders. And at first I'm thinking like, what? You know, Kenny's like, well, if you were wondering what those documents are, it's, you know, he's spinning on a cuck chair, you know, like it just felt like we're just plowing through a lot of stuff without any explanation.
Yeah.
But since they came back, it has been so good.
Oh, good.
And their in-ring has been so good. You know, and there's tons of trolling going on, as there always is. Matt Jackson, notably, with the rapidly plunging V-neck every single week.
I loved it.
It's so good. It's so good. And so now they're getting their comeuppance for being total assholes. And this week, they didn't even get an entrance. They got the jobber entrance. They were already in the ring after the Outrunners did their entrance. And the Chiron that has their name on it said talent name here, like talent name.
So good.
It wasn't even filled out. It's like everybody in every aspect of this company hates these guys. And I'm just loving it. I'm just loving it. Then
I will say, I think it's a little rude.
It is rude.
And Matt Jackson agrees because he reposted my post.
He sure did. Because you posted about how rude it was.
Oh, I did. I said that was, well, I did the song on TikTok that's like, that was rude. That was pretty fucking rude. And it was, I will say, we forgot who our founding fathers were. And
you know who else would agree with you is Cody Rhodes, actually. But
the only disrespect happening is the Bucks. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, exactly. So the Bucks have a fucking amazing match with the Outrunners.
Side note, I think they needed that time in New Japan.
Yeah.
When they were tag team champions. I think that helped them.
Yeah. No, reconnect with like that insane work ethic that they've always had. And this match was awesome. I really thought the Outrunners were going to win.
Me too.
I was sad when they lost, which is what you're supposed to be, right? You're supposed to be sad when the babyface loses, the guys you actually like lose. But you know what? In the match with FTR that they had several weeks back on Collision, and in this match with the Bucks, I think the Bucks and FTR are like, we're going to have a better match with the Outrunners than you. They're like kind of still trying to outdo each other a little bit. Mm-hmm. Both teams being on their A game, it's been a while. Like, I don't think they were necessarily both on their A game the last time they wrestled.
No, they weren't. And everyone's going to get mad if they go into it again, but it's going to be, they are both just at another level right now. And it's...
You will never see me complain about the Bucks wrestling FTR because these are the two best tag teams of this era. Okay? Period. Anywhere. Like, the Bucks have won Tag Team of the Year like 7 times, and when they didn't, FTR did. You know what I mean? And FTR, I'm going to get into it in just a minute here, but they have had, maybe they would probably be my vote for Tag Team of the Year right now. I think since they turned heel, they have been unstoppable.
It's been great.
Unstoppable.
FTR should have always been heel.
Yes. So was I bummed that the Outrunners didn't win and the Bucks humiliation tour didn't continue? Yes. But it's not like a terrible thing. It's just a sad, I was a sad.
It's wild that Jobbers won. We never really see that.
It was wild. The Outrunners being upset by total Jobbers was crazy.
Yeah, crazy.
Also, Stokely later in the confrontation with the Bucks, clowning on the Bucks, and the Bucks really having no good retort to it. That was pretty classic as well.
Yeah.
Pretty classic. We also have been introduced to the tag team we didn't know we needed. Brodito. Brodito. It's canon now. They are actually called Brodito. I don't want AEW to be doing this blending the names together thing too much because that was a WWE thing that they way overdid for a number of years. Like Mizdow or fucking, I'm trying to think, Y2AJ. Just fuck all that. Okay. Like I don't want
RK Riddle.
Yeah. Oh.
Sorry. That's the first one that comes to mind.
That one is especially egregious. It's like, why? Why would you do that?
Why did I buy a shirt at Goodwill that had it? Because I thought it was hilarious.
RK Riddle? Like, what the fuck? That's just... Anyway. So, Brodito faced the Goa, which is what I call them now, because... and AEW apparently forgot that last week Ricochet said their name is just GOA now. It's not Gates of Agony because they introduced them as Gates of Agony and they had them on the Chiron as Gates of Agony when they clearly said that's not their name anymore last week. But Goa versus Brodito was yet again another fun match. I was once again a little sad because Brodito, using their awesome new finisher, where Bandito runs, gets monkey flipped by Brody and into a 450 off the mat, landing on Khan and pinning him. I was a little sad that Goa lost because they are a dedicated tag team, and Brodito's kind of a thrown together tag team. So I don't often like it when thrown together teams beat established teams. But it's Brodito. It's hard to justify them losing. Bandito is the ROH World Champion. Why he's in a tag team tournament, I'm really not sure. But whatever. It was a really good match. Another really good match. I do feel like GOA is getting more exposure. Mm-hmm. I'm thrilled with that because I've been like, these guys have it. They have it. Putting them with Ricochet, ace.
Such a smart move.
Yes. And then finally on Collision, both these matches happened on Collision, Brodito versus GOA and FTR versus The Bang Bang Gang, getting gang banged by injuries right now.
Just wrap them in bubble wrap, please. Someone put them in bubbles.
Jesus Christ. We don't know how long Jay White's going to be out now. We thought it was a broken hand.
I'm hearing it's another year.
It's the rest of this year is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, that's what it was, the rest of this year.
Because he has a shoulder injury we didn't know about, in addition to a broken hand. Jesus Christ, Jay, please get well soon. Stay in the bubble wrap, my friend, because I want to see him be the AEW World Champion at someday. And Colton, please, peace be with you, my friend. But Austin and Juice Robinson actually had fantastic chemistry as a tag team. Like I said, the injuries gangbanging them still did not deter the chemistry that they had, because they faced FTR in really a surprisingly fantastic match. FTR did a great job making it seem like these guys could have beat them at any time. And there were a few times where I legit thought they were gonna lose. I thought that Austin and Juice might win. It was not to be, however. But only through conniving bullshittery did FTR beat Austin and Juice. They advanced to the finals of this tournament. So we know for sure FTR is in the finals. And we're going to have to settle for the Young Bucks facing the Jobber Young Bucks facing Brodito on Dynamite. Can you fucking imagine that match?
No, I don't think I'm prepared.
I'm not prepared for that match. I almost ended up naked just seeing that, and I don't mean to be weird, but like sometimes my pants just end up when they announce a great match. I'm like, where'd my pants go? And seeing the graphic for the Bucks versus Brodito, that's one of those kind of matches. And it did happen. I was wearing shorts, but they disappeared for a little while. I found them eventually.
I was going to say, like FTR, the Bucks have such a great way of working with other teams.
Yes.
Especially teams that were just thrown together.
Absolutely. Yes.
So it's going to be next level.
Next level. So good. And I think really this tournament is kind of a showcase to remind you how good FTR and the Bucks are.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of the mind, maybe they do both make it to the finals. It's hard for me to see Brodito beating them, right? And really they shouldn't. It's the Young Bucks. Come on. And I could see them maybe actually landing at some non-finish where it ends up being a three-way tag team match with them and the Hurt Syndicate. It feels like Tony protects Shelton and Bobby so much. It's hard for me to see either one of them taking a pin. So maybe FTR or the Bucks pin each other. Especially with them having the face-off after. It certainly seemed like some kind of foreshadowing that they're gonna have an issue with each other. Right now, FTR seems to have more momentum than the Bucks, and I think by all rights should probably, if it does come down to one of them taking a clean fall, they should beat the Bucks. And maybe they're trying to turn the Bucks babyface. I'm not ready for that myself.
I'm not either.
I want another several months of humiliation and just degradation.
Especially because they're so good at this comedy gimmick.
They're so good at it.
Like,
the Bucks suck as baby faces. Okay.
They do.
It's like when they're baby faces, I will still love their matches. I hate watching them try to be baby faces. It's not that they're not good at it. It's just, they're so good at being heels.
They're so good at it. They're natural little shits.
They are just dicks. They're just dickheads. Let them be the dickheads we know and we love.
And even if they reunite the Elite, Kenny can still be a baby face.
Yeah,
As the Bucks are heels.
Yeah, maybe Hangman redeems them somehow, helps them redeem themselves. But I kind of think the Elite, as much as I love them, and I do love them, they're almost kind of shitty when they're together. Like, I know. Like on BTE, I love them together.
Yes.
On Dynamite, I don't. I think they do better work when they're not entangled. And if they could just stay away from each other, that would be great. Because I want to see Kenny come back, do a Golden Lovers program with the Bucks. Is what I want to see.
That's my dream right now.
Yeah.
And then I still want, everyone's going to hate me for this, but Ibushi and Kenny are definitely clearly gearing up for, I'm not going to say the word, but we all know what I'm thinking.
Retirement? Is that what we're thinking?
Yes.
I feel that way too.
And we are going to definitely get another Ibushi versus Kenny.
I think that'll be Kenny's last match.
I think it'll be Kenny's last match, and I think Kenny's going to get the One Wing Angel on him. But I can see them winning the tag teams at some point and Ibushi turning on him. Don't hate me.
I don't. Like, I think Kenny came back to have one last run. I really do believe that. He's been great. And I think it's also exposed that he is somewhat not the same guy, because how can you be? Ibushi came back and he looks great, but I'm not sure he's the same guy. I haven't seen him enough to know. And how could he be? He was so top of the fucking earth when he was in his prime. But Ibushi and me are the same age. We're like very close in age. He looks 14 years younger than me, but I mean, and fuck him for that. But this man was cut from stone, like 5 years ago. And he's gone through a lot of shit. And when he came back, when he joined AEW, he was not recovered. The Ibushi we're getting now feels like the Ibushi I wanted so bad when he came back.
Same.
I just want the Golden Lovers to have a great run. If they called it a day and their last matches against each other and Ibushi kicks out of the One-Winged Angel, I'm all about it. Give it to me.
Oh, see, I think Kenny should land it.
Oh, no, I think he should land it. It's just Kota is the only person who's ever kicked out of it.
That's why this is why I totally think they're going to have one more match together, because...
You think Kenny needs to beat Kota?
I think Kenny needs to beat him with the One-Wing Angel.
See, I'm like, is Kota just the one guy Kenny never beats? Because Kenny's never beaten him before.
And listen, if they're going to keep Okada and Omega tied, they at least better give me Kenny beating Ibushi at least once.
Goddamn. Goddamn, this is good shit, and this is not even on our agenda. We got to keep going because.
Sorry, let's go.
No,
I don't know why everyone thinks I'm not going to go off tangent. Come on.
I didn't think you wouldn't, but you brought up some really good points, and then that's distracting to me. Now we're distracting the listener. Look, everything's a fucking mess right now. Hit the goddamn music. We'll come back. All right, we're back. I think we've composed ourselves.
Yes.
We've tried. But somebody who's not very composed at the moment is one Maxwell Jacob Friedman. And it appears he has upset the fellows in the Hurt Syndicate. I think we knew this was never going to last. Does this feel a little rushed to you, though?
I thought it was going to be all in. So,
okay. So you thought this was actually going to happen sooner.
I thought it was going to be quick. There was no way. I think this was a dream for MJF to work with them.
Yeah.
But it was never going to.
I knew it wouldn't last. I didn't see a lot of foreshadowing. Now, Bex, the Destroyer, and you should absolutely listen to her podcast. Don't Call Me Diva. It's on YouTube primarily. If you want to see the beautiful Bex, go watch it on YouTube. I don't let you see my face, and there's a reason for that. Okay, I'm body shaming myself now. But go watch Beck's podcast on YouTube. It's called Don't Call Me Diva. She brought up that she pays very weird amounts of attention to people's faces, and she's been watching Bobby's face in some really intense way during these promos, and that he has kind of been selling some annoyance with MJF. I did not notice that myself. So maybe I just wasn't picking up on some subtle shit.
I feel like it's been there from the beginning. Even with the thumbs up, it was very reluctant, and
there was there was reluctant thumbs up, but they kind of acted like buddies after a minute. And then this week, I did appreciate that, he went to knock on the door. Shelton comes out. Shelton doesn't do a lot of promos, so that was cool that he got a minute. He's a very adequate promo. He's very, he's not lighting the world on fire, but he's good. And I liked this story that they told, which was, hey, Max, what time is it? And Max is basically saying, hey, I don't need Bob's approval. At least I still have you guys. And Shelton's like, hey, what time is it, Max? And Max goes, well, I gave you my watch. And he's like, yeah, this beautiful watch that came from Temu. You don't think I would be able to tell a fake watch from a real Rolex? And Max is just looking like kind of a cuck. And and he knows he's caught, And Shelton's like, that was how we knew, Max, that you were full of shit this whole time. And MVP doesn't even want to talk to you because he's so disgusted with you. I personally think there's more to that story because MVP was the guy who initially stuck his neck out for Max. Now, I have a couple theories that could be true. They could be way out there, okay? To me, this whole thing feels a little rushed. Like there wasn't enough building of tension. AEW usually does a little more of that. So that's maybe why this feels a little more rushed to me. And maybe rushed isn't the right word. It's like sudden, abrupt. Because I'm going to wait to see how this unfolds before saying it was good or bad or whatever. Tony won me over with All In. Like, I'm not going to question this as much. Like, they told so many great stories that I felt lacked at various times. The Death Riders being a big one that I thought was like, there were times during the Death Rider story, I'm like, what the fuck are we doing here? But he won, it did work out in the end. So I'm going to allow this to work out in the end if it's going to. But there's a part of me that's like, MJF is a sneaky bastard. Is this kind of a swerve where they're making Hangman think there's dissension there so that they can help him, Max, try to beat him at some point? Because we've seen that in wrestling before. I mean, we've seen shit where like dudes who are like swerving dudes are like beating up the guys they're swerving them with. And then later it's like, ha ha ha, I got you, So that hasn't gone to that extreme yet. What do you think about that possibility? Do you think this is real, or do you think maybe they're up to some sneaky shit?
I thought it was real until you said that. And now I'm like, is there shenanigans happening?
Yeah.
AEW loves shenanigans. So it very well could be shenanigans.
Yeah. Yeah.
There
could be shenanigans afoot.
Because it could also mimic what happened with Hangman. Hangman becomes alone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, and they do love to make opponents kind of reflect each other, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
Where it's, even Hangman's pose on the turnbuckles at the end of All In, he did the same fucking pose as Swerve. What the fuck?
But they don't tell stories.
Yes. I mean, how do you even dignify this shit anymore? But I kind of feel like maybe this is a swerve to get Hangman to lower his guard a little bit.
I think so.
Maybe.
Now I think so.
We'll see. They've shown no inclination to make these guys baby faces. So, if they drop Max, they're automatically baby faces. The crowd does love these guys. I've always thought this would be a temporary alliance. And I thought last week it was pretty telling when Bobby was like, we're not your lackeys. We're not your side piece, like we're not here just to help you. Like we were using you, So, but who's really gotten anything out of this yet is the thing. Like what was the big payoff for the Hurt Syndicate? Because they were already tag team champions. They didn't need his help really,
It means we get MJF first Shelton and then MJF first Bobby Lashley, which I have been wishing since they teamed up.
There you go. And
I don't know, something about Bobby Lashley like throwing MJF is going to be very
like
funny.
The size disparity between those two is insane. So that's a good point. Well, we're going to see how that develops, but something that developed very well is what seems to be the final end of Jon Moxley and Hangman Adam Page's entanglement. Let me ask you a question. If you didn't know Swerve existed, but he did still, right? And you didn't know the whole history of him and him and Hangman, sorry. That would you think that Jon Moxley was Hangman's very best rival? Because I sure would. Their chemistry is insane. Hangman
has chemistry with everyone.
We're going to touch on that in just a minute. Because you're right. You're absolutely right. Every story in AEW minus Tony and Mariah. And that's literally because Hangman could not be involved in that story. Every story that is my favorite in AEW had Hangman in it. Hangman and Kenny, Hangman and Mox, Hangman and Swerve. He's in every single one of them.
He's the real main character.
He really is. I don't think it can be argued. I was thinking about my favorite AEW matches. My first favorite AEW match was the Young Bucks versus Kenny Omega and Hangman. That was replaced by the Texas Death Match between Hangman and Swerve, which was replaced this year by Will Ospreay versus Hangman. There is a trend here. I'm not sure if people noticed it as I was saying it. Hangman's really fucking good. So, these two aren't even each other's best rivals. Okay? But they had a match on Dynamite. It was a pay-per-view main event worthy contest. I'm not sure it reached quite the level of the Texas Death Match, nor should it, because that was the main event of the biggest show of the year. But it was goddamn great. I expected a very good match, and this exceeded my expectations somehow. I watched it again last night. I was like, what the? These guys are so good that even a match I've seen them have already, like I had already seen this match, I'm still going, what the fuck, man? Like
you find something new every time, like a subtle detail.
Yes.
And you're like, what is happening?
It's so true. It's so true. And they even did that thing where they made you think for just a minute Jon Moxley might get the title back.
I did. I remember I've been playing Tales of the Shire, so this match stopped me. And there was a moment where I was like, I'm going to throw the switch.
Yep.
If we go through this again, I'm going to throw the switch.
Yeah, there you go. And so, the inevitable spot where the ref gets knocked out and then the Death Riders come down to the ring. And it looks for a minute like Claudio and Yuta are going to pull some bullshit, but they're really just a diversion for the actual scariest member of the Death Riders, Marina Shafir, who comes down, grabs the belt, throws it to Moxley. Hangman turns around, gets nailed with the belt. Mox makes the cover. The ref makes a miraculous recovery right at that moment. 1, 2, the crowd is booing like they're going to do this. Like they really are going to do this. Hangman kicks out. Fuck. Right? Just fuck. And the ref sees Marina there, orders her thrown out. She's saying, I'm sorry to Mox. And then who should appear in a balcony on a ledge? Why wouldn't he be on a ledge? It's Darby fucking Allin. And I will give myself a little bit of credit. I have been wrong about absolutely almost everything that I've predicted in AEW for almost a full year now. They have really gone in such chaotic directions that I am usually wrong. And I did predict that this would be the way you get from Hangman and Mox to Darby and Mox. And I think this time I was right. Darby just does the fucking coffin drop off not even a coffin drop, a flying body press off the ledge of the balcony onto Claudio and Yuta and a bunch of security dudes, RIP, and takes them out. John is like, what the fuck? Like, he's very upset that this happened, okay? And then he turns around, walks right into a buckshot. Hangman picks him back up, hits him with a goddamn not last rites,
right?
Yeah.
Was it Deadeye?
Deadeye. There you go. Thank you. And who's been watching wrestling 30 years? You or me? I think it's you. And then drops him with a deadeye and then hits another buckshot. You know, Mox is King Kong. You got to fucking really lay this motherfucker out. I like how he can take like 2 or 3 buckshots sometimes and not even go all the way down, because he is the monster you have to kill. And he's at the pinnacle of his powers because he sold his soul to Satan. And so Hangman gets the win, 1, 2, 3. Mox is infuriated and Hangman stands tall. Jon Moxley loves putting Hangman Page over. He just loves doing it. They did this about as well as you can do it. Hangman doesn't have bad matches. He doesn't tell bad stories. Jon Moxley has shown that he is a vastly underrated storyteller in all of this. The people who, you know, I was complaining at times about the Death Riders. I never thought it was because Jon Moxley was selfish, past his prime, having bad matches. He's about to go put Darby Allin over in a major way. And we saw just how that began on Collision, because Tony Schiavone is in the ring maybe, or like something's happening and the Death Riders crash the party. They come out and John's like, fuck all of you. Darby Allin, you know, we always know you're here somewhere. And if you don't come out, we're going to come find you. And Darby didn't come out. So they went to find him. What did they find? What did they find, Books? They found a bunch of ether in a fucking chloroform rag, and Darby fucking knocking Moxley out and then tried to throw him onto a moving train. That's what they found. Darby trying to kill Jon Moxley, literally take him from the earth, which I was like, that's slightly too far.
He did say he was coming
to take everything. I didn't realize his life was part of everything.
I mean, I did. It's Darby Allin.
I thought maybe he'd mac on Renee a little bit and see if there was some wiggle room there, you know, maybe like become the father to his daughter or something, you know, like something really fucked up, but kill him. That was a big step. But Darby was willing to do it, and Mox not willing to die. So maybe not as tough as we thought. But they are setting this up. I think they are going to have a fucking bloodbath.
It's going to be a coffin match, and it's going to
rule.
It's going to be insane. Which
and I think Darby is going to definitively beat Jon Moxley.
Yes. I have said since right before All In, when they were hinting at Darby's return, I was like, they're giving it to Hangman. They can't. Hangman's too over. If Hangman does not win, everyone's going to riot. Darby was up and off TV for 6+ months at this point.
Right.
Darby is going to be the one to defeat and destroy the Death Riders. And that's where they're going.
It really worked out as perfectly as it could, because I mean, even in the week leading up to the show, Darby literally gives a quote where he's like, I told Tony Khan I don't care about being champion. He's literally saying, guys, don't freak out. This is going to go the way you want it to.
This is what we've planned. Like,
you know, you have Darby be instrumental in taking the title off Mox. You have Hangman beat him a bunch, and then you have Darby end the Death Riders.
Yes.
Because that's as meaningful as being the world champion in Darby's world. And make him a legit main eventer.
It's literally a full circle moment. From when the Death Riders first started, we have come almost full circle. Death Riders started when Jon Moxley beat Darby for the chance at Bryan Danielson.
Oh, hey, there we go. There we go. I wasn't even thinking like that, but he said, put your title shot on the line.
It's that Books part of Books and Body Slams.
God damn it. See, if I knew how to read, I would have understood so much more of this. But I'm still hopeful that at 45 I will learn how to read someday. How did I not even remember that part? You know, as somebody who was there the night that Danielson was murdered and murked and his career ended, I have to say, you had to know there was some grave comeuppance coming. And, you know, Mox has been like, you know, we talked about it on the show the day after All In. He planned that spot where he's like flailing and has to tap out. Like, he has seen that moment in his head this whole time.
this whole time. He probably went to Tony right away. This is how I want to lose.
Yeah,
I want to be hung over the rope.
I want to be a bloody mess, looking dead.
I want to land on some nails.
Yeah, exactly.
You thought the nail in the back was bad?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think John has any obsession with winning anymore. Like, he's done everything. He's been the champion of the 2 major American promotions. He's been the IWGP champion. And I think his clock he's starting to look at the next phase of his career, which is putting people over. And you don't just do that for everybody, but you do it for the people that are earmarked for the future. Ospreay, Swerve. Swerve has never beaten Moxley. I think that'll happen at some point. Ospreay's never beaten Moxley. That'll happen at some point. Hangman and Mox have nothing left to do. Darby.
That story is.
That's a career-defining win for Darby. And I think that's where they got to go.
Agreed.
Somebody else got a huge win this week in AEW. And it's the first really marquee singles win of her career in AEW. Tekla and Willow was announced on Dynamite as happening the next night on Collision. My pants disappeared, and I
think my pants disappeared too.
Everybody's pants disappeared. The people in the arena were like, fuck, I got to put my pants back on. I'm going to get arrested. And like, there was a pants crisis, a pantsless world. That's what we're going for in AEW. Thanks, Tony. You fucking pervert. I love seeing the plan for Tekla coming together. This woman is incredible. Willow is the perfect foil for her to get her first big win. I love the Triangle of Madness. I don't love that name.
No one does.
No one with any taste loves that name.
They could have done Spooky Girls, and that would have been the merch you could do for Spooky Girls.
See, I had Spooky Gals. Spooky
or gals, whatever. Just
yeah.
Spooky stuff. Like, do you know the amount of merch that would sell?
Yeah.
Triangle of Madness.
Like, I'm a spooky gal. I'd raise my hand too. You know what I mean? But no, we couldn't do spooky gals. Had to do the Triangle of Madness. Listen to me. We already had the Death Triangle.
Enough with the triangles.
and honestly, when they called themselves Death Triangle, I was like, that's a weird name. That is a weird name. Okay?
I didn't like it then either.
It wasn't great, you know? But they were around long enough where you're like, whatever, it's Pac and the Lucha Bros. I mean, I'm not going to complain too much. And eventually, if they stick with this bullshit, I'll get used to it, I guess. They make the name, not the name making them. But still, come on. Julia and Sky coming out as like zombie girls, like that's pretty cool. Holding hands like they're like they just did like a Hot Topic seance. That was cool. Tekla and Willow had great chemistry together. Really, really good chemistry. Willow took an amazing spear from a 5'1" woman. Tekla is very short. And she didn't. This is the magic of wrestling. Tekla is 5'1", and you never really think about that once she starts wrestling, because she carries herself like she's 9 feet tall.
Mm-hmm. I forget how short she is until I see her against someone else, and I'm like, oh,
it really never occurred to me how short she was until I was at Dynamite and Collision in the second row and saw her like, you know, at my same level, and I towered over her. Tekla, what's up? But you know what I mean? So like she just carries herself like a fucking giant. It really doesn't matter that she's short. And Willow, so good. Tekla wins through chicanery and fuckery. And that's how she should win. She's a heel. That's how she won a shitload of matches in Stardom. It's nothing new. But I think this is so great. And I love this pairing. And what I loved just as much was after the match, these girls lay an ass whooping on Willow. Just an ass whooping. A straight up ass whooping on Willow. This undeserving babyface who didn't deserve to have her ass whooped. And then Megan Bain's music hits. And I'm like, is Megan Bain going to make the save? Like, that's weird. Megan Bayne's not an ass saver. She's an ass whipper, too. You can't double the ass whooping. Yes, you can. Because she and Penelope Ford come down and start whipping that ass, too. And then finally, who's going to make this save? It's fucking Queen Aminata's music. It hits, and she comes out with Ty Mello and Anna Jay. And they start whipping some ass. And the spooky gals run away. And Bayne and Penelope Ford, they could have whooped all their asses, but they leave too. They're like, we've whipped enough ass today. I don't know if you saw it, but there was a promo that they cut backstage. And it was Aminata with Ty and Anna Jay. Really funny promo.
I'm going to have to rewatch because I was definitely a little too into being a hobbit.
Ty is so entertaining, but they have great chemistry together.
Yeah.
I would love for them to be a trio too. But I think we're building to something here.
I think we are too.
I think we're getting Lady War Games. Lady Blood and Guts, I should say.
If they do this, I am going to die.
I'm going to die. I'm going to cry.
My favorite part about AEW is the women being as rough, as tough as the men. And if I saw Blood and Guts as a kid, I might not have had the body shaming issues I had.
There you go. There you go. You know what? The other thing that's very interesting about all of this, Kristen Statlander. I don't mean to use her full name. Okay. I know that's a little formal, but she has been entangled with Willow.
Mm-hmm.
And I did count, and I don't know really numbers very good either, but I could count to 4. I noticed that there's 5 spooky gals and there's 4 baby faces. And I thought this Kristen Statlander lady needs something to do.
She does.
She's also been pretty mad at Willow for not accepting her apology for beating the living
great way to
shit out of her and tormenting her for half a year for no reason, really.
No reason.
Yeah, just jealousy.
What a great way for Willow and Chris to make up and then win the future tag team titles.
That is my exact same conclusion, friend. That is my exact same conclusion. I think Kristen Statlander is going to join the babyface group against the spooky gals, and we are going to have female Blood and Guts, and it's going to be glorious. Fucking glorious. Or Anarchy in the Arena, I could see as well.
Yeah. One of the more, ones that's not typically done as a female wrestlers, because all of them aren't afraid to push the line, right?
No.
I think afterwards, that is when we're getting the tag team tournament announced.
I agree.
They'll finish the men's tag team tournament, do this. That way Thunder Rosa, all these other women can heal up.
Yep. Jamie Hayter.
And lead to the female tag team tournament.
That would be so fucking dope. Tony did confirm he has the belts. He has
the belts. He's just waiting for some injuries to stop.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if I agree with his assessment of that situation, but I don't know what his plans are. So
I think he's stalling for after this.
I'm going to give some grace. Like I said, he won a little bit of favor with me after All In. He won quite a lot, actually, because
the fact that they're made gives me there's a plan, and it's just I think Tony's very good at I'm going to take the fall and say I'm waiting on this, this, and this while letting creative do its thing.
I will say Tony is a heat seeker. That guy will take the fan resentment and just wear it and just be like, yeah, it's my fault. No matter what the situation is, Tony does not let people take the blame for him. Speaking of spooky gals, Athena scares me. She scares me in a lot of different ways. And some of them are good and some of them are scary. And just scary. Just only scary. She happened to pin Toni Storm in a tag match on Dynamite. And It was a really good match. I think Tony and Alex Windsor are really good together. They were super. They feel like they were made to just be buddies and tag together. I hope they are in whatever future women's tag team tournament there is.
I wanted Thunder Tits, but I
love Thunder Tits.
I want them two together.
We need to make a sound bite of me going, look, I love Thunder Tits. Just play it out of context. But people said Windstorm is right there. You know what I mean?
Oh, I like Windstorm.
Yeah, it's right there. So we're looking good either way. Alex Windsor has made me a big fan right away. She is crushing it. The match with Athena was great. I had seen a few of her matches in Rev Pro and in Eve before this, and I thought she was very good. I didn't know how the transition would go because it's different for everybody. And she's fine. She's great.
It's because she's a part of the best wrestling couple to exist.
Yes. What do we call them? Do we call them like wind spray?
Gods.
No, gods. That works. Let's just stick with gods. Okay. So she's a part of gods, and Will Ospreay's the other part of gods, and it really does make sense. They should have a child so that the second coming would finally be upon us.
Will finally happen, yeah.
And save us from Donald Trump.
Okay, Ospreay and Alex. I don't really want you to suffer like TJ did. Sammy, you better stay the fuck away from.
Stay the fuck away from your wife. Don't get anywhere near your wife, Sammy.
But Ospreay, I'm encouraging it.
Yes. Yeah, I'm encouraging it too. Because I do think they would bring the glory times and like a new Camelot, to the world.
Yeah.
That just seems faded based on what I've seen of them as wrestlers. Now, I started this by saying Athena pinned Tony. Pinned her.
I was shocked.
1, 2, 3. Pin. It was over. Now, our dear friend Joshi G pointed out that that's exactly what happened with Megan Bayne as well. Pinned her in a tag match, became her challenger, lost at Double or Nothing. And she thought that meant that Tony wouldn't, that Athena wouldn't win.
That was my first thought too.
Because WWE
does it all the time.
If you're going to win at the pay-per-view, you're going to lose like the night before the pay-per-view or whatever. The go-home show, they're going to get the best of you, right? I don't think so. And the reason why is because, one, London means nothing for Toni Storm, okay? She's already lost at it All In, okay? She did lose to a lady from London, but body shamer Blake Monroe. But she's from Australia, okay? That doesn't automatically make you British, okay? Despite what I previously believed, I've been corrected. And I think Athena, it's her time. It really is her time. I think she needs to beat Toni.
I think so too.
Not everybody watches ROH, and not everybody has seen these incredible fucking matches. Athena is literally as good as any wrestler in the world, male or female. She's that good.
There's a reason why a company wants her back.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Ain't happening. If you're Tony Khan, you crown her at Forbidden Door.
You do it now. You put the belt on her. You push her to the moon. And I think Athena winning will annoy Mercedes. Will start the Mercedes similar to the Bucks downfall of. Even though I'm having a hard time with it because I love what Mercedes is doing for the small promotions. But I think it's going to eventually lead, maybe at World's End, Mercedes versus Athena round 2.
There you go. Ding, 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 ding. Because here's the thing. Athena is an insufferable asshole. If she beats Toni, where Mercedes
rub
was
it in
the
Mercedes' face.
Mercedes, the only person she couldn't beat was Athena. Or was Toni, sorry.
Yeah.
She's beaten Athena. Athena needs to get one back. She will be an insufferable asshole.
It'd be great.
It'd be so good, right?
Oh,
so good. And then move Toni to the tag division with Windsor.
Mm-hmm.
Keep her on the show all the time, because Toni's a draw.
Yeah.
Joshi rightly pointed out that, Toni is very enamored, or TK is very enamored of Toni Storm. And she's got some apprehension about whether he would take the belt off her. I don't think so. I think beating Mercedes was the last hurdle for Toni.
Yeah.
And she needs something new. And the best thing she can do is step to the side and let some other people in that world title picture.
Mm-hmm.
And, we also saw that somebody just happened to get their visa recently. And it looks like we'll be seeing Hikaru Shida back in the fold. I love Shida. I'm a Shida stan till the end. Love her. I'm so excited.
I almost cried happy tears.
It's ready to explode, but I will say, I was going to put this at odds and ends later, but fuck it. Dynamite was a little weird with the women this week because they booked this tag match where Athena beats Toni, and then they booked this promo with Willow, and then nothing. There was nothing after. There was nothing before the entire show. I would really like to get away from shows that feel that way,
We know how I feel. I started a side project because of it.
More women's wrestling. That's right. Go on socials and follow More Women's Wrestling because this is an ongoing topic that is being discussed all the time.
All the time.
It happens to be a project of Books and Body Slams, Kristi, the elegant voice you're hearing right now, and Joshi G. So
yes.
Follow these ladies. Make sure you're showing your love and your support and share their posts. Tell your friends to follow them as well. This women's division is way too good. It could be the best women's division in the world.
It's not even a competition anymore.
I mean,
I watched Evolution. I can safely tell you.
You watched it,
women's division is better.
That takes courage to sit through a WWE show at this point.
Well, if I'm doing a project called More Women's Wrestling.
It's true. It's true.
I can't not watch a women's pay-per-view.
That's true. That's true. Outside of Stardom, I don't know anybody that could even come close to competing with the talent.
I would say Io Sky, but
yeah, I mean,
if we steal Io Sky away from Evil Wind,
stop calling her Io Sky and call her Io Shirai again. Anyway, make Io Shirai again. All right, we're going to take a little musical interlude here with my fucking block rockin' beats. And then when we come back, we got a little business to resolve, and then we're going to sign off for the day. But here you go. Books, as I knew we would, we're running along today, and you know what?
Me.
It's not you.
I'm a rambler.
We get together and we ramble. That's what we do. We're fun.
Chatty Cathy's.
We're chatty Cathy's. Chatty Carls and Cathy's. It doesn't have to be gendered. It can just be chatty Cathy's. Whatever. Kyle Fletcher's the new TNT champion, as we thought he would be at All In. I freaked out when he didn't win at All In. I got a little dismayed for a minute.
Yes, you did.
And then I realized it was the right thing to do. Because Adam Cole, please be well, Adam. We love you. You're an amazing wrestler. You're an amazing performer. Don't come back unless you really can, and you know you're okay.
I will say I did catch one of his streams the other day.
How was it?
How you expect, but he seems to be.
He's keeping it real, but he's also like carrying
he's
it because he's Adam Cole, baby. I love the guy. I really do.
I don't think he knows how to be down.
No.
Even when life is down. So
look, he's got a job in the wrestling industry, whether he's a wrestler or not.
Yeah, whether Tony Khan will make sure that man is fed, including his adorable puppy.
Yes.
Alloy.
Oh my God, his dog is adorable. I do need to say that friends don't let friends join the Paragon or wear those shirts, though. Those are hideous shirts. Roddy, Kyle, it's over. Let it go. Put the shirts down. It's okay if you don't even wear a shirt. Most wrestlers don't. So it's not like offensive. You know what I mean? I don't know who's buying those Paragon shirts. I hope no one.
I was going to buy one.
Oh my God.
But I want Adam Cole to have the money.
Buy something else. He has other merch.
That's true.
Those Paragon shirts are hideous. But I was wondering, Books, I know you're new to our customs, like you're not here all the time. But Joshi and I went on a pretty extended rant about, we threw our first calibration last weekend. And it was a celebration of Don Callis because he's handsome. He's incredibly skilled. He's very smart. So I was hoping you would join me because Kyle's the new TNT champion and we're all very happy about it. That you would join me in a thank you, Don chant.
Do you know me? Who did Don betray?
Nobody. Don's been betrayed.
He betrayed my husband.
Kenny
Omega.
Look. I'll stop saying look eventually. Look. I love Kenny. He's my all-time favorite wrestler. Okay. But if you really look at it, was he grateful enough for Don?
Yes, he was. That was Uncle Don.
I have to respectfully and tastefully disagree with you. So real quick, thank you, Don. Thank you, Don. Thank you, Don. Without Don, no Kyle Fletcher. Without Don.
Fine.
Without Don. That's about it.
Without Don, you know who would be your unified champion? Kenny Omega.
I guess you're right. But like I said, if Kenny had been more respectful, we wouldn't be in this pickle. You know what I mean? So
the disrespect.
Is that a little bit of throw up I heard in your throat there?
It was. Disrespect.
Kenny, I love you, man. It's just like, I think he's probably learned from this whole thing. Kenny's grown.
Let him know.
Kenny's grown. Don't let him know. Don't let him know.
And my other husband, my other secret lover.
Will Ospreay?
Tony Khan.
Oh, that's right. That is right. Your other secret lover is Tony Khan. That is right.
Yeah.
Undercover lover. Huh? Oh my God. We need to make a shirt out of this. Anyway. We'll donate the proceeds to your GoFundMe to get a private jet to meet Tony Khan. I don't know where we're going. Okay. This was an insane match. This was insane match. Dustin Rhodes versus Kyle Fletcher. No holds barred. Mano y mano. And with weapons, screwdrivers, all kinds of shit. Thumbtacks. Now, there's not a lot we can do to really properly describe this match. What I'd like to start with first is talk about how amazing Dustin Rhodes is.
Oh.
This man is almost 60, okay? Almost 60 years old. He was belted up in front of his hometown crowd, ish. He's from Austin, but whatever. Belted up with the TNT title. He cried like a baby because
I cried.
It was a beautiful moment. And it was absolutely the right call in retrospect. And nobody saw it coming either, right? Yeah. We all thought Kyle...
I did when they made a comment that Dustin Rhodes has never held an AEW title.
See, if I paid attention to what's going on... They mentioned that in
commentary, and I was like, oh.
I swear to God, you are making the best case for literacy that I have ever heard. Like, I'm going to learn how to read. I am. You might teach me. I don't know what your rates are. Anyway, I think Dustin is just one of those unheralded MVPs of AEW from the very beginning. He is a guy that I don't always look forward to seeing wrestle. Like, as he's announced as somebody's opponent, I'm like, well, I hope they beat him. And, you know, I'm not sure why this is on Dynamite. I've had that reaction before. And almost every single fucking time, I'm like, why did I do that? He's still really good. Well, Dustin was more than really good in this. I think they had a 5-star match. This was insane. Now, I'm not going to describe it blow by blow, right? And that might be the wrong word to use, blow, because I have a few key phrases from this match, and I'm going to read one, and then I thought maybe you could read one. Books. Are you...
Meltzer did in fact give it 5 stars.
Yes, that might be Dustin Rhodes for. Oh no,
if I'm reading this correctly, Dave Meltzer has given Kyle vs. Fletcher 5 stars.
Nice. Well, and he has another 5-star with Cody at the original Double or Nothing. But
I think you mean Ricochet, because I don't recognize this Cody person.
I don't even know what I just said. Clonic, Clody, Chody.
Chody. That's
Chody.
what I heard. I heard Chody.
There we go. That's what I meant. So here's some key phrases from this match if you haven't seen it. I've already spoiled it for you, but why are you listening to this if you didn't know the results? Thumbtacks to the balls. A Canadian destroyer from the top rope. That is not the finish. Insane brutality. A screwdriver in Dustin's leg. Kyle is your champ. Go watch it.
It's a 5-star match. Go watch.
Absolute beast at this point. He is a monster. Like, I really think they could put the world title on him next week. And it might feel weird for a minute, you know, like when you're not used to thinking of somebody on that level and then they get there and you're like, I guess they could. I mean, I've gone through that the first time I saw Mick Foley as the world champion. The first, you know, because you just never thought about him that way. And that would happen with Fletcher for like 5 minutes. And then you'd be like, no, it actually makes sense.
You would watch a match with him and be like, no,
he's a world champion.
Fletcher was someone when they split Fletcher and Ospreay up. I didn't know what to think. Like, we all knew Ospreay was good.
Yeah.
Fletcher was the sleeper agent who just came out and has not missed a step.
He was a tag team guy that was waiting for his partner to come back, is what we all thought. This time last year, he was wrestling on that Ring of Honor show where he won the TV title. And I was like, you know what? That's cool. That's a good opportunity for young Kyle Fletcher to kill some time, build some credibility while he waits for Mark to come back. He wasn't waiting for shit. Once again, same night I saw Brian die. I was in the building when he turned heel on Will Ospreay in that triple threat match where Takeshita won the international title. And I was excited. I was excited that Fletcher got something juicy to sink his teeth into. But again, I'm still thinking like, okay, and then he'll lose to Ospreay and give Ospreay. Ospreay can build Kyle up. And then when Mark comes back, this isn't about Mark anymore. I loved Aussie Open. They should not get back together. Okay. No. Like, I'm not even thinking about that way anymore. Like, this guy is one of the best wrestlers in the world.
Almost forgot about it at this point.
I know. I'm sorry, Mark. Like, I love you. Man.
They got kangaroo kicked and that was it.
Yeah. I love you, Mark. Mark, you're great. I was in the building when Mark got hurt. That was at the Wrestle Dream before the Wrestle Dream where Kyle turned heel.
Maybe you should stop going to shows.
You know, let's not talk about this anymore. I think we should stop talking about that. So some odds and ends. I caused people to get injured at AEW shows. I'm sorry. I didn't put that together until, Mark Briscoe beat Ricochet. I was stoked for Mark. I love seeing Mark get built up into like a bigger player.
Yeah.
And that promo he cut when he's like, I'm worried that I'll never see my brother again. because I'm going to take you out and feel no remorse. Like, you're going to hell? Like, holy shit. Mark's been so careful about how he evokes Jay's name.
Yes.
So when he said this, it really hit like
it gave me goosebumps.
Me too. I just got goosebumps just repeating it.
Briscoe was someone who I didn't watch Ring of Honor, so I had no idea what to expect of the Briscoe brothers.
Sure.
And I regret that, and something I'm doing is going back and rewatching these matches, but it's so good. Holy fuck. Mark Briscoe fucking surprised me. Every fucking promo has been amazing, but this one, promo of the year.
That line was so fucking cold when he said, I'm just worried I'm never going to see my brother again, man, because I know he's up there in heaven. And after I'm done with you, MJF, I ain't going to feel any remorse. I was like, whoa. Like, he didn't even need to say, because I'm going to go to hell. The implication.
You knew exactly what he meant.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
He's like, so I'm going to murder MJF. And it's going to make me happy.
Great shit.
That kosher tiny pickle.
Oh, yeah. Right. He like moved all the way away from kosher pickle, right? We're not even thinking about that. Sounds we're ridiculous that now
MJF
because
is being
now
murdered.
It's death. Now it's death. I think he's going to fuck MJF out of trying to cash in his briefcase. I do too. I think he's going to save Hangman. And that's why Hangman and Briscoe were like together at the end of the show.
I also can see this is why the Hurt Syndicate is turning on him, because MJF has really dug himself in the grave, and they're not gonna.
Yeah. Yep. And last bit of odds and ends here. Max Caster survived the 5-minute challenge, the best wrestler alive, cemented his reputation as, in fact, the trademarked best wrestler alive. Roosh literally just beat the living fuck out of him and looked like he was shooting on him at various times. Looked like he drop kicked him in the face. He just didn't want to stop beating his ass, and Max survived. Because Roosh didn't understand what the clock was about. It was very entertaining.
Caster needed that. Who knew that Matt Caster would be the most over-acclaimed member right now? I
love it. I have enjoyed Max Caster as a singles wrestler so much.
So much.
It's been so fun. I
hated him.
Yeah.
Everybody hated him.
Everybody did.
And I'm like,
and then he leaned into how much you hated him and you loved him.
Yeah.
That's how it works. That's what the Bucks do every time.
That is a good wrestler, right?
When you don't go against the crowd and you give the crowd what they think of you, they will love you.
It's not disrespect when you don't do that.
Right. Cody, Chody, Chodes. So real quick, before we wrap up here, Books, Forbidden Door, we finally have some official matches. Swerve and Kazuchika Okada are going.
That's going to be.
My God. In a main event caliber pay-per-view match setting, that's gonna be insane. For the unified title, I loved the promo that they cut on Swerve because Don was wearing the international title like he was the champion. He had the Continental title over his shoulder and he's wearing the belt. And just not even drawing any attention to it, just cutting the promo as if it's not even there. That's again, Don. Thank you, Don. You can't see it. Books is doing she was doing the chant with
No, I was not.
Okay.
Though I will say, Don is the best heel in the business, whether you love him or not.
He's just so good at it. We got Athena challenging Timeless Toni Storm for the Women's World title. And then whoever wins this tag tournament is going to challenge the Hurt Syndicate. Joshi, once again, pointed out that there has been no forbidden matches made yet. I think that coincides with the G1 happening at the same time. Mm-hmm. It's unfortunate timing for Forbidden Door. I don't think ideally they would do this at this time. Next year, All In is happening in August again. That's been announced. It'll be back at Wembley Stadium. And they will do Forbidden Door in June, probably. So that will eliminate that distraction. However, they also have a crossover relationship, very strong one, with CMLL and with Stardom, a budding relationship with Stardom and even Rev Pro. So I hope we see people from these other promotions showing up. I could maybe even understand if we saw more CMLL than New Japan this year.
I think we're definitely going to get Mystico versus MJF.
I think so.
I think Gabe Kidd was supposed to be involved in Forbidden Door because they've obviously been putting Gabe Kidd in big matches since.
And the Death Riders thing was to lead into Forbidden Door.
Think they'll probably wait to announce anything for Gabe Kidd until he is.
Yeah.
If he gets cleared in time. I would hope, unfortunately, a lot of wrestlers that have come from those places too on AEW side are injured. We could have gotten a Mina versus. I'm assuming we'll get Mercedes versus someone from. They haven't given Mercedes a Stardom title yet.
Not yet. Somebody in our in a Discord we're both on shared a Saya Kamatani versus Mercedes graphic that said for all the belts. So Mercedes currently has 8 titles, and Saya is the Wonder World of Stardom champion. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, or we have new. She can go for the strong again.
Yes. Fucking my boy Shingo's being done dirty in the G1 currently. So I would love to see Shingo have another marquee match. He's been at every Forbidden Door so far. So, he had the match with Danielson. He was also one of the dudes with attitudes with Sting and Darby the year before that. So hopefully
and
more
maybe
of that.
Tanahashi. Because it's not on U.S. soil. They made it very clear his last U.S. match happened. So this could be his last.
Chicago. Yeah. So I think Tanahashi's definitely on this show. It'll be his last match in the UK, probably. And so that'll be a big moment. You might get something crazy like him versus Hangman. I don't think so because nobody thinks Tanahashi could beat Hangman at this point in his career.
Yeah, I would have assumed it would have been Hangman versus Gabe Kidd.
I think you're right. I think you're totally right. Oh, goddamn, that's great. Yeah, I think you're right.
Because why else would Gabe Kidd be involved with the Death Riders if it wasn't going to lead to?
And I don't think they would have Kenny wrestle anybody because I could have also seen him do Kenny versus Gabe too.
Yeah, that was I've gone between the two of them, but I think a lot's going to depend on where Kenny is physically and where Gabe Kidd is physically.
Yeah. And I don't think they'll do Golden Lovers because I don't think they would want Ibushi on this show.
No, I don't. New Japan is not going to want him there.
I don't think Coda's ever going to work with New Japan again. So
I don't think so either. And I'm assuming, I honestly think it might be, I think you're right with the 3-way because they're not going to not have put the Bucks on a New Japan branded show. Right.
That's what I was thinking too, is like maybe they just split the difference and have them both in that match.
Or have them go up against the New Japan tag.
Well, there you go. And
have Jack Perry interfere.
You still got people like Mascara Dorada. You got Hechicero, who's definitely going to be on this show. You got Mystico, who I think you're right. I think he'll go against MJF and win probably. You got quite a lot of talent that will definitely be in. I think you got to wait to get through the G1 for the New Japan side because people get injured in G1 all the time. Gabe's injured currently. So, by the end of that tournament, people are banged up. So they got to wait and see where they're at, I think, for some of this.
A hyperextended knee takes 2 to 3 weeks. So he was injured, last week?
Or maybe 10 days ago, yeah.
So there's a very good chance. Gabe, and that could be why they pulled him back so much. Knowing it was going to lead to.
Forbidden Door, a big,
Yeah,
big
because that's a
Forbidden Door
big
match.
that's a big pay-per-view for both companies.
100%. And Gabe has said his mission is to destroy AEW. So,
Yeah.
you know, him versus Hangman seems like a really good match that they could do. I'm not sure if Kenny wrestles on this one or not. It would be great.
I would at least hope Kenny shows up this time.
Isn't it? You're the only other person I've heard say that you think Kenny's like angling towards hanging it up. But I've been thinking that pretty much since that Okada match is like, that
they focus. I think they'll have one more match.
Kenny might beat him.
I also think Kenny is going to be the next one to win the Unified. Their finishers are both on the Unified belt.
That's true. That's true. I tend to think that Takeshita is going to be the next champion because him and Okada.
I think Takeshita will beat Kenny eventually for it.
See, but they've been teasing this tension with Okada. And so I'm like, they've been teasing that for like more than a year, you know? Like I thought they were going to fight at Wrestle Dream last year. And then they stopped teasing it and Okada didn't wrestle on the show. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm just going based on the fact that why else would you put their finishers on there if it wasn't going to be Okada and then Kenny or Kenny and then Okada?
Yeah. Yeah. Damn it.
Because what a way to cement that title as a world title.
I mean, and that's what they're building towards, you know? I don't think Swerve's beating Okada.
I would think Kenny would come out after that match and.
Well, Books, if we keep talking, we could talk another 3 or 4 hours. And I would welcome that, but I do got to mix this show. So.
And I have to go get dinner.
Yes, please.
Because I am on the East Coast.
Yes, it's 3 hours later over there. So once again, TikTok, Instagram, Blue Sky, and Threads, Books and Body Slams, all one word.
And more women's wrestling on all of those sites too.
Absolutely. Go check out More Women's Wrestling, and that's the username, and Books and Body Slams on, once again, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, and Blue Sky. Until next time, I'm Blade Daly.
And I'm Books and Body Slams.
Pro wrestling forever.
Sickos Club.